Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about older guy traits that women find extremely attractive. Now, I'm not saying that just because a guy is older, it automatically means that he has these traits. That might not be true at all. These are just traits that often come with life experience, and so it can be more rare to find a younger guy who has these. If you are a younger guy who has these traits, good for you. And if you're an older guy who possesses these traits, these are extremely attractive to women, and I imagine your dating experience will be more positive because of it. When I say older, I'm not necessarily just talking about guys who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm talking about guys who are maybe 30 and up, or guys who are maybe just older than the girl who would be finding these things attractive. I think a lot of the things on this list are often reasons why women date men who are older than them, even if it's only 3 years, 5 years, something like that. So let's get into it. Number one is they have experience with a variety of things. Think about the traits that can come along with having experience doing something. Confidence, knowledge, skill, all things that women are usually incredibly attracted to. So this one is no surprise. Something to note here is that we get better by being open to learning, to communicating effectively, and being willing to take feedback and constructive criticism. You can't just do the same exact thing you did with the last girl you were with and expect the partner you have now to like or respond the same way to all of the same things, right? That's just not how it works. But someone who has life experience or experience with relationships may be more likely to understand this about relationships, and the way they then operate with their significant other could reflect that. They might have developed better communication skills, a deeper understanding of relationships, or just be more emotionally mature. If you're someone who's inexperienced, I don't want you to feel insecure about that because, again, as I mentioned, I think just being open to learning and communicating is over half of the battle. So if you're willing to do that, I think you'll be okay. Because I do also want to note that experience doesn't always mean that someone will be better at something. It does not automatically mean that someone will be a better boyfriend, a better kisser, better in bed. The list goes on here. Everyone is different and has individual preferences that have to be learned and practiced as you get to know someone more in depth. So fear not if you're a guy who's not experienced, but I do think guys who have this experience and understand all of the things that I just mentioned could often be at an advantage because women like this. Next up, we have future planning and stability, and really just thinking long term, having a plan, and having goals. No knock to the younger guys here. Your 20s or your younger years are a time for figuring things out and can be a really confusing time in a man's life. I do also think many men today struggle to think about their life or choices in more of a long-term way and operate strictly on a short-term instant gratification type of basis. This isn't necessarily the most attractive thing to great women who have a good head on their shoulders. They're thinking about the future and how to set themselves up for success, and they, more likely than not, want a partner who is doing the same. Men who are able to identify their goals for the future often have a better understanding of themselves and what they want, which can include having a better sense of clarity and direction. This in itself will make you a better you, which can make you a better partner too. Many women are attracted to a man with a plan. It makes women feel safe and secure. Feeling secure with a partner is a fundamental human need that applies to both men and women. This includes emotional support, trust, stability, and protection. It goes much further than just finances, but that's absolutely a factor as well. When women say they want to feel safe or secure, that doesn't just mean she wants to date a rich man. Newsflash. Of course, there are women out there who care solely about finances, and I wouldn't recommend being with a woman like that. That's not what I'm talking about here. But while we're on the topic, financial independence and planning for your future is a good thing for yourself and for a partnership and building a family. So it makes sense why women would be into that. You know what else older men do that younger men often neglect? They make sure they take their vitamins because they understand that health is wealth. It can be difficult for a lot of people to make sure they're getting all the nutrients that they need through just their diet alone, so a multivitamin can really help. Big thanks to Ritual for sponsoring today's video. Ritual's Essential for Men is a clean, high-quality multivitamin for men 18 to 49 to help fill key nutrient gaps in their diet. Essential for Men contains 10 key nutrients that help support foundational health. 100% of the ingredients are made traceable, showcasing each supplier and final place of manufacturing for all active and other ingredients because not all ingredients are created equal. Its delayed release capsule technology bypasses the stomach and dissolves in the small intestine, the less sensitive area of your gut that's also an ideal place for nutrient absorption. It's gentle on the stomach and can be taken with or without food, which is such a bonus. I like to take my multivitamin first thing in the morning so that I don't forget, and if I haven't had breakfast, it can be kind of annoying if something needs to be taken with food. So I love that feature of Ritual's multivitamins. I also love the minty essence of the capsules. So go to ritual.com/CourtneyRyan25 or click the link in the description and use code CourtneyRyan25 for 25% off of your first month of Ritual. Next up, we have non-reactivity. The beauty of emotional regulation and maturity. Women are attracted to this because it can signal emotional maturity, and once again, it makes us feel safe and secure around you. The ability to remain calm and composed in challenging situations can be incredibly reassuring for the person that you're with. Men who are non-reactive come across as being more in control of their emotions, able to handle stress or conflict effectively, and better communicators. I mean, that's the whole package. Older men may be less reactive and more thoughtful in their responses due to a combination of things that come with both age and life experience. As we get older, we often gain wisdom, patience, and emotional maturity, which can then lead to a more measured and thoughtful approach to communication. Maybe older men could have learned over the years that reacting impulsively or responding in a reactive way can lead to pretty negative outcomes, so they might take the time to consider their words and actions before responding. Maybe they learned the hard way. Calm and collected will always be received in a more positive way. Older men may have also accumulated a wealth of life experiences that have taught them the importance of thoughtful communication and empathy, which are really important in relationships. It's sometimes difficult to understand this and how to conduct yourself if you haven't necessarily experienced it firsthand. This life experience can help you develop better emotional regulation skills and just a deeper understanding of how your words and actions can impact other people. Overall, I think age and experience often contribute to a more thoughtful and measured communication style that older men might possess. This is just overall a positive characteristic that helps create healthy relationships and is a major green flag in men. So if you're a younger guy who does this, bravo. Next, we have gentlemanly gestures. Being a gentleman never goes out of style, but it's becoming increasingly rare to find. Small gestures like opening the door, walking on the outside of the sidewalk, lending her your jacket in a chilly restaurant. I could go on and on here. Who you are to your core matters, and being kind or a gentleman makes you stand out in the best way because, again, there are so many young men who just don't do this. I think there are many reasons for this that I won't get into in this video, but I would love to have a chat about it down in the comments, constructively and positively if possible. But back to my point. Men who do this exhibit qualities like respect, courtesy, consideration, and chivalry that are highly valued in a partner. Gentlemen are typically polite, well-mannered, and attentive to a woman's needs and feelings, which can make them feel appreciated and respected in a relationship, which again, are important. Older men who embody these traits might also demonstrate a sense of maturity, confidence, and emotional intelligence that can be really appealing to women. Women may be drawn to older men who are gentlemen because they offer a combination of traditional values, thoughtful behavior, and just a healthy relationship dynamic. And no, you're not a simp for doing kind things for the girl that you're with. When you're with a girl who reciprocates your feelings, showing that you care is attractive. Newsflash. Next, we have authenticity. As we get older, we often have a better sense of self. We have a better idea of who we are, what we want, what our values are, which can lead to us showing up in the world in a more authentic way. As people mature, they often become more comfortable with who they are, which can lead to a greater sense of authenticity in their thoughts, their feelings, and their actions. Older men may have gone through various life experiences that have sort of shaped their values, their beliefs, and their sense of self, which then allows them to be more true to themselves. Also, things here like the ability to reflect on past decisions, learning from mistakes, and developing a deeper understanding of their own identity and motivations can play a role here as well. And you probably already guessed it. This impacts how you show up and what you attract in your relationships too. It allows you to be more confident. It allows you to set boundaries that reflect your values, have a purpose for your life, and ultimately attract a partner who's aligned with all of those things as well. Women are often attracted to authenticity because it conveys honesty, sincerity, and genuine emotion. It's attractive when a man knows who he is and what he wants and lives a life that reflects those things. To end the video here, I will also say my husband had every single one of these traits in his 20s. So just because you're a young guy doesn't mean that it's impossible to have these. Regardless of your age, these are extremely positive and attractive qualities to have that will ultimately help you as an individual, but will also benefit other areas of your life, including relationships and the type of women that you're attracting. I actually have a couple friends who are dating men who are a little bit older than they are. And when I was sort of picking their brains and asking them to explain to me what they found attractive in the men that they're with, everything on my list today were things that they mentioned and what they initially found attractive in the person that they're with. So again, we can't generalize to the point of saying this is true for all women. Dating and relationships are not black and white, and we have to make sure that we leave room for nuance. But I think the women who are dating men who are older than them, these are the traits that often stand out as positive attributes that set these men apart from maybe men their age or just other men in general. Not all older men have these traits because these are things that you have to actively work on and put effort into bettering yourself to achieve these things. It's hard work, but it's worth it. So that's all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.